It's not an unknown fact that South Africa has a poor culture of savings. Far too many people have become caught up in the consumer culture of wanting the latest and greatest of everything now and worrying about paying for it later. The reality is that many consumers find themselves servicing debt every month, and saving moves into the distant future. Coupled with this is climbing interest rates and escalating prices, which puts additional pressures on the pockets of consumers. And consumers find themselves digging into debt or savings just to cater for everyday living expenses. The scary part is that many people can find themselves spiraling into debt, and then savings becomes practically impossible. Consumers do need to save. Savings cannot be put off because life events won't be delayed. So for example, if there's an emergency and your geyser bursts, consumers shouldn't be forced into expensive credit just to pay for those emergencies. If people have children, their education is around the corner. You cannot delay that event, you have to save up. It's at times like these that a degree of mental toughness is required. Consumers will not be able to help themselves or their dependents if they surrender their financial independence to the forces of inflation and rising interest rates. But many consumers will find themselves asking, how do I save when there's so little to start with? Today I'm going to talk to you about a few basic steps that you can take to overcome the challenges of saving. The first step is to believe that it is possible. Saving is a necessity. It's not something that you need to put off into the future because there is no later. Time and the power of compounding are your greatest allies, and procrastination is the thief of this time. The flip side of saving, or saving more, is spending. The less you spend, the more you'll be able to save. So track your spending. You don't have to do anything complicated. Take your bank statement, look at it for a month. It's funny how you can understand your spending habits by just having a glance at what you're actually spending on. Obviously, you're going to have to spend on your basic expenses like food, housing, and clothing, but it's your less obvious expenses that you need to look at. For example, if you're buying lunch at the canteen every day, how about packing a sandwich? That'll allow you to save a little bit of extra money. The standard advice is to try and save between 10 and 15% of your monthly income every month. If this is too high, start small and work your way up. Don't be afraid to start. Many people decide to spend at whim and save what's left at the end of each month. At FNB, we've coined a phrase that says pay yourself first. And the best way to do this is to automate your savings. Set up a scheduled transfer from your check account into your savings account, and do this at the beginning of the month rather than the end. This way, you pay yourself first. So in a nutshell, believe that saving is possible, distinguish between your wants and your needs, and try and save a little extra money. This doesn't mean that you have to be thrifty all the time. Remember, self-reliance is the key to financial independence. So after you've been responsible, you've paid the bills, and you've saved a portion, enjoy your money, because after all, you've earned it.